Yo, shout out to the believers. I did not post a weekly review and outlook for this week. Reason being, it's the first week of the month, meaning it's NFP week. On Tuesday, we had the 4th of July, so there was a holiday, shortened trading day. So was just uncertain about any higher time frame moves that would happen. And then also just to piggyback on that, next week we have CPI and PPI coming up. The week after that, it's pretty chill, just some inflation related news. And then the week after that, the last week of July, there's another interest rate decision. So July is definitely cooking up to be a hot month. It's already been a hot month. Floods and shit here in Chicago. Had to fight Flood Mayweather a couple of days ago. Had a round two with him, but it was short, knocked him out real quick that second time. But what I want to focus on here is, so look at this first example here on the left. So I'm looking for buys in SPX this morning. And so the first attempt ended up hitting stop loss. It was about a 4 point stop loss there. Second attempt, as you're seeing, I'm drawing it in here. This is not the entry for it. The entry is once it does what those purple trend lines are indicating. So I want to see it close above the pink shaded area and then retrace down into that zone. And then that's when I want to take an entry there. So that's when it's official. So technically here could be an example, but ideally trading back down to that brown box will be the first entry for this idea. So that candle right there, boom, would be the entry for this setup. It's about a 6-to-1 risk reward ratio. So let's say, for example, 1% was risked on the first trade idea, and that was lost. So now whatever position, whatever account size it is, it's minus 1%, right? So now the second setup risking another 1%. If it does go to the eventual goal, which is 44.59, as you can see, then that would be 6 times that 1% as far as profit. So once doing that easy math, right? 6 minus 1, the percentage profit for the day would be 5%. And then that'll be of whatever account size that somebody was using, right? And so the reason why, as you're seeing, that I have on the left side, S&P, on the right side, the dollar index, is because I like to use the dollar index as a barometer, shout out ICT, for gauging the directional move and the liquidity runs that are most likely going to happen, and things like the US stock indices, gold, and certain foreign currencies that are paired up with the dollar index. And so what's giving me super confidence here that eventually it will reach that 44.59 level is seeing a weakness in the dollar. So the dollar is trading lower here, and is not in question. It's not up for debate. There's not any confusion about it. Like, that's the hourly time interval in a dollar. There are three down close candles, and I've never seen three. Well, now it's a third one printing now, so it hasn't officially closed. But I've never seen something being so heavy all of a sudden turn around without it hitting a higher time frame level or without there being some sort of news involved. And so since the news has already happened at 7:30, it's now 9:15, right? The news is long behind me, and whatever manipulation was brought into the marketplace with the news has already happened. And I'm just going to assume that what is going on now is what it really is. And so although the dollar is just straight down, and I ideally would like to see just straight up in S&P and already be at my take profit, sometimes it's going to be difficult days like this. I've already laid out the conditions of the week, and it's also Friday. It's the Friday of NFP week. It's the first week of July, and there's a lot of other hot news coming later on this month. CPI, PPI, interest rate decisions, right? All throughout July. So it's going to be a hot month. And so I'm just trying to just keep it super simple, utilize levels that I have from this week, and because it was already dropping so much for the week, it did trade down into some higher time frame levels that made sense for a potential bounce today. And so all of the experience that I've gathered over the past couple of years looking at these markets, I'm using all of that today to qualify this setup for this buy. And as you can see, losses happen. So that first idea that I had ended up being a loss. Hey, it's okay. Shrug that off, stay locked in, stay objective, stay following my rules. get back in on this new opportunity, which is given a hard time. As you can see, it pushed up about 15 points and then retraced about 15 points. So typically that's going to be something that's discouraging, possibly even making me in the past think to reverse and then to get into a sell as it's dropping lower. But I know better now. I'm just going to be patient. As long as the dollar is dropping lower, there's no reason for me to change up what I'm doing. And so it doesn't hit the take profit here on the recording, but it was already 3 hours, and typically my cutoff time was at 11 o'clock, so I cut the video. But I'm posting it now in hindsight, able to tell you that check your own E-mini S&P charts, see if it got up to 44.59, see what time it got there, and see if it got even a little bit higher, as a little bit of a hint, wink, wink. And so I just want to shout out to the believers, shout out to the homies that inspire me to be better each and every day. I love y'all, appreciate y'all more than you know. I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.